So it's the most exciting time of the year when it comes to video games, with all of the showcases just around the corner. PlayStation's on May 24th. You have Xboxes on June 11th, and there's tons of rumors that are going to continuously be popping up. But we got a very exciting, but also very surprising rumor when it comes to a Persona 3 remake. Now, this rumor comes via Reset Era and the member I'm a Hero 2. But the big thing that this user here is saying that the Persona 3 remake is going to be showing up on June 11th, which is going to be the Xbox showcase, which has people surprised because you would expect a Persona remake, anything to do with Persona, if it was going to show up at any showcase, it would probably be at the PlayStation showcase, as the relationship with PlayStation, it being much bigger in Japan, is far stronger than the relationship with Xbox, as Xbox just got Persona onto the platform late last year. But there's also the other side of things here, where we know Xbox and Sega have a very good relationship, and maybe Persona coming onto Xbox Game Pass and finally coming onto the platform was the beginning of a further stronger relationship with the Persona franchise. If this were to happen, this would be a massive move for Xbox, specifically when it comes to trying to get bigger in Japan, get more of the market share there. But just in general, to have such a massive IP in the Persona series, a massive JRPG, and have it launched and have it marketed on the Xbox platform would be a huge change that I think a lot of people wouldn't be expecting. Now, there's a couple of ways this could potentially go if you think about it. One, this could just be literally for the marketing rights, which probably makes the most amount of sense, because I don't see Persona not launching on PlayStation or the Nintendo Switch. And that would still be something that I think would be very successful for Xbox, something that would be very important to do. If you take a look at some of the times that PlayStation has had just the marketing rights for games, most recently, I think about Hogwarts Legacy, how big that was for them. And even for Call of Duty, how big that is for them. But like, you think about Hogwarts Legacy that just came out this year, the amount of people that probably thought Hogwarts Legacy was a PlayStation exclusive because of the marketing rights shows that just these smaller types of deals, even though these games are still multi-platform, do help the platform that does market them. And again, Call of Duty, a major one with PlayStation, putting Call of Duty as its biggest moneymaker, specifically because of those marketing rights and because it actually had some exclusive content on the PlayStation platform itself. So it could just be that. It could just be being shown off at the Xbox showcase, and they're going to have all the marketing rights leading up to the Persona 3 remake. But if you want to think a little bit bigger here, maybe it means that Persona 3 remake is coming into Xbox Game Pass. It's still going to be released multi-platform, or even crazier, but I don't see this happening. Maybe Persona 3 remake is some sort of exclusive on Xbox, whether that is full exclusive or a timed exclusive game to Xbox and to Xbox Game Pass. But there's a lot that could happen with this rumor. It's a huge rumor. If Xbox can pull this off, it's kind of like a counterpunch to the things that we have been hearing about the Konami rumors with the IPs that PlayStation is going to be showing off with Metal Gear, Castlevania, and Silent Hill, and potentially having timed exclusivity with that. I think it's important for Xbox to counterpunch the timed exclusivity stuff that PlayStation is doing at this point, because they aren't stopping. We're seeing that it is helping them and it is working. Xbox has to show up and do those types of deals now. They have the cash, they have the power, and at some point they're going to have to get rid of just the total nice guy personality and start going out there with those bigger third-party exclusive timed exclusivity deals. Not that I'm a huge fan of that. I've said multiple times on my channel, why I love what Xbox is doing is because they're providing more access to more people, and timed exclusivity deals, third-party exclusivity deals, they only benefit the companies. It doesn't benefit any gamer out there for a game not showing up on another platform. But Persona 3 showing up will be huge, and it'll be very interesting to see if this rumor does come true, how that affects Xbox in Japan from Xbox Game Pass subscribers, people going out and buying the consoles. Now, let's move on here to another big deal, a big interesting thing that occurred. As we know, Microsoft made the 10-year deals for cloud gaming, and this was for the Xbox Activision Blizzard deal. They made a 10-year deal with NVIDIA GeForce Now, and Xbox games are already debuting on the NVIDIA GeForce Now service. So this is a post here from Xbox Wire, and they say Xbox debuts PC games to NVIDIA GeForce Now members beginning today. I believe it's 4 games that right now are showing up on the service or will be by the end of May. So first of all, right now I believe Gears 5 is going to be able to be streamed. And then on May 25th, it says enjoy fan favorites Deathloop, Grounded, and Pentiment. And they go on here and say it's just the beginning stage of the forward-thinking 10-year partnership with NVIDIA to make PC games from Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda available to their GeForce Now members. And obviously, this is going to expand out to Activision Blizzard once the entire acquisition stuff is over and done with. And they're going to be able to put out another article like this and launch all of the Activision Blizzard stuff into the NVIDIA GeForce Now service and all of the other services that they've made those 10-year deals with. So this is a big thing. I mean, it's Microsoft coming out here and saying, hey, we've made these deals. It wasn't just for show. And we're going to start right away getting these games onto the NVIDIA GeForce Now platform. And I'm assuming coming down the line, these games, we'll see more announcements for these games being available on the other cloud streaming platforms. Now, let's move over here to Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Take-Two. We talked about what he said the other day about him being good with the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition, saying what's good for Microsoft and Xbox with this deal is good for the industry, as obviously cloud gaming is still very nascent. Doesn't believe right now it is something that they really need to be that concerned about or even care about in overall increasing access to their products and to games like GTA. But in the future, at some point, cloud gaming is going to grow and we're going to see it take off, more people using it and becoming more prominent within the gaming industry. And Strauss Zelnick was all in support of the Activision Blizzard acquisition. Now, he was also asked about mid-gen refreshes. We know there are mid-gen refreshes in the works in terms of the rumor side of things with the PlayStation 5. We've heard about a slim console. We've heard about a console with an attachable hard or CD drive, DVD drive or game drive, whatever you want to call it. And then we've also heard about the mid-gen refresh, the PlayStation 5 Pro. These are all rumors. None of it has been officially announced. Maybe we'll see it on May 24th at the PlayStation Showcase. But we haven't heard anything about Xbox. And you would sit back and you would think, if the PlayStation 5 is going to come out with the PS5 Pro, Xbox is probably working on something as well. They've probably heard it through the grapevine that there's going to be a mid-gen refresh for PlayStation, and they don't want to fall behind. They want to continue to be at the top of consoles when it comes to giving the most powerful hardware. And Strauss Zelnick here seems to think that that is going to be the case. So this says here, one other console question we put to Zelnick is that of mid-generation console refreshes. It was about this point in the last console cycle that Microsoft first announced that it would be the Xbox One X. And it's crazy to think we're already that far into this generation that this is when they announced the One X. But anyways, it says, and Sony soon followed with the PlayStation 4 Pro. We asked if we should expect to see iterative hardware this time around and whether or how they impacted Take-Two's business in the previous generation. He says, we probably will, and they did not affect the business very much. So there you have it. I'm assuming when it comes to a lot of these big companies, it doesn't really affect the business very much. It probably gives them the ability to just get a little bit higher resolution, better image quality for the games that they already have deep in development, all that type of stuff. I don't foresee a pro version of these consoles just being so much crazier than what the base version is right now, because they still got to keep these consoles in a reasonable price range for people to want to go pick it up, to make it less expensive than building a PC, all of that type of stuff. But it'll be interesting to see if we do get a pro Xbox version, because the reality of the situation is we're in 2023, these consoles were released at the end of 2020, and at no point yet have we really seen what these consoles can do, what these consoles have promised, all that type of stuff. So it is a very odd spot. Whereas when you think about the PS4 and the Xbox One, those consoles released and they were already pretty anemic for the time that they released. It was inevitable that they needed a mid-gen refresh for both of them. Whereas with the Series X and the PS5, it was a pretty strong release in terms of the power within those consoles comparatively to like the topper end PCs, right? It was more closer to the middle, to the high end middle, you could say, compared to what the PS4 and the Xbox One. So I don't know. I don't see it happening. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't really make any business sense, as there's still so much demand for the Series X and the PS5. And I think a big part of a mid-generation refresh, a new iteration of the consoles, is to reinvigorate the demand for the consoles and just maybe cut down some of the costs with like a slim version and have a better profit margin, all that type of stuff. So we'll wait and see. I think a slim version of the PS5 for sure is going to happen. And I think even maybe a slim version of the Series X may happen at some point. But the mid-gen refresh, the more powerful consoles, hopefully there's an announcement soon if it is going to happen. But I just don't know how much of a market right now there is for that. And finally, went off this video talking about Mortal Kombat because I talked about it in my video yesterday. The announcement came. It's the remake of Mortal Kombat 1. And I mean, I can't wait to see more about this game. I am going to pick it up. I am going to play it. And they announced a couple of different versions of it. It is releasing September 19th. There's going to be 3 versions of this game. The standard edition, which obviously you get the content of the game. And if you do pre-order any of these versions, you do get Shang Tsung. So that's an incentive for people who are going to want to use that character. And then you have the premium version here where you get the same stuff as the standard edition plus the week early access to the game and week early access to DLC characters and the combat pack. Then you have here the collector's edition where you get everything. You get all this extra stuff in the package itself with this awesome Liu Kang sculpture, which is going to be so hard for me not to pre-order this thing. And it comes with a collector's box, then a really nice looking steel case. But man, this looks really good. I don't know the price on this yet, but it is available for pre-order today. So if you're watching this video right when I release it at 8 a.m., I believe the pre-orders go live at 10 a.m. Pacific. So at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look out for pre-orders if you want to get that collector's edition. I don't know how rare they'll be. They'll be easy to get. But if it's something you want, keep your eye out for the Mortal Kombat Collector's Edition, Mortal Kombat 1, a remake, which is super cool to see. I'm happy they're going back and remaking this game, especially for a lot of people who've jumped in just to the recent Mortal Kombat's, kind of get to go back and relive what people got to play way back in the day on the arcade. But I'm going to leave the video there, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. We'll be right back.